Interest rates are still sky high. The Fed keeps raising rates are going to crash the real estate market. Economists are predicting a housing crash. What does it all mean? Relax, we're in Detroit, none of that garbage is affecting us. Let's get into it. Hey, what's going on, guys? Derek here from M1 Realty. I'm the broker owner, founder of the company. Started this company in 2014 and just me and a laptop on the third floor of an office building in Ferndale, Michigan. And fast forward to today, we're the #1 real estate firm in Ferndale. And we got an all-star team of agents, whether you're looking to buy, sell, invest, rent, whatever you need, we got you covered. And before I get into the state of the real estate market as it stands right now in December 2022, I'd really appreciate it if you take the time to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and most importantly, please share this out to anybody that you think would benefit from it. That just keeps me in front of people just like you who are interested in the state of the real estate market in Metro Detroit. And now that that's out of the way, let's talk nuts and bolts about what's really happening on the ground in Metro Detroit right now as far as real estate. I know exactly what you're hearing in the media because I've been checking those same clickbait headlines for months now, and I know this is probably my 357th video on the same topic, but it's kind of important to keep you guys updated where we're actually at on the ground right now as it stands. And while it's definitely true that the Fed has raised their rates by 75 basis points, I think 3 times in a row now, that translates into 0.75% every time they raise the rates. We're dealing with the same mortgage rates that everyone else across the country is dealing with as well. But realistically, just for the last 2 weeks, rates have gone down quite a bit. I am shooting this on December 6th, 2022. I think 3 weeks ago, we were right at about 7% for the average, on a 30-year fixed rate conventional mortgage. We're just a touch, I think it's 6.99. So basically we're at 7%. And the last 2 weeks at least, rates have gone down. They're now at 6.375, which, is definitely higher than what we've been dealing with for the past couple of years, but it's trending in the right direction. And I know interest rates and, there's a bunch of different factors that have combined to create havoc in the real estate market in other parts of the country. I did videos on Phoenix a couple months ago. I think I just did one on Texas. I was just there about a month ago. And, I've seen firsthand what the market's been doing in those other cities. And let me be the first one to tell you, we're not seeing the same things here at all. In Arizona and Phoenix Metro, for example, their average sale price is down 20% from the beginning of the year. Their number of transactions has fallen off a cliff. Interest rates are definitely having a somewhat of an effect on that. But a big part of the problem is supply and demand. There's a lot more housing supply now than there was in Arizona. Earlier in the year, or at least for the last couple of years. So now they've got a ton of supply. Their days on market for houses that are listed has gone way up. And typically, the longer a house sits on the market, the less it sells for. So homes there are selling for less money. They're taking longer to sell. They're getting fewer showings. Same deal in Dallas. I was talking to one of my good friends. I sat in with his meeting about a month ago, and they're dealing with the same problem there. Their average days on market for homes that were on the market went from about 6 days on the market at the beginning of the year, and they're up over 40 days on the market now. So they're seeing the same thing. Lots of supply. Days on market has gone way up. Average sale price is starting to go down. It's not as drastic as Phoenix, but they're definitely seeing a decrease in the average sale price. And we're not seeing nearly as much of an acute problem in our market as those other cities are. And in fact, just anecdotally, I'm going to show you what the actual statistics are in our market here in a second. But for me personally, I'm the busiest I've been all year right now. And usually this is like the slowest time of year. This is the time of year, right after Thanksgiving to New Year's. That's when I do all like my, planning for the next year and do all kinds of, education with my agents and training and just getting everybody geared up and ready to get into 2023. Right now, I'm too busy to do any of that. And believe me, I'm not complaining because this is a great problem to have. I've never been this busy, going into, holiday season as I am right now. And the same goes for the other agents here at M1. Like, we're crushing it. We're out constantly doing showings, listing properties, getting them under contract, getting them closed, stuff that we normally don't really see as much of this time of year. And considering just like the overall real estate market in our area, you know, when interest rates started going up, this probably started happening about March or April. We started really seeing interest rates start to climb up. It definitely had a little bit of a chilling effect on the market, which, trust me, is a good thing. We absolutely needed it. You know, it was insane for the past couple of years before that. You know, a house would hit the market. If you were a buyer looking to buy a house, you had to like be there the day it hit the market, get in line with all the other people like waiting down the street to get into that house, and then just like throw money at them, give them your absolute best possible offer that you could, you know, scrounge together, and then just cross your fingers and hope that they accepted your offer. And that's still happening a little bit to a certain extent, but not on every house like it was. It was just absolutely nuts. And now it's transitioning more into a little bit more of a balanced market. It's, you know, it's definitely not a buyer's market or a seller's market. It's you know, as much anyway. It's a little bit more balanced. But the buyers that I'm working with can take their time. They can find the right house that works for them instead of just like throwing in an offer on any house that they come across. And we're able to negotiate prices down. We're able to get seller concessions. On the flip side, for the homes that I have listed, we're, you know, the average days on market to get a house under contract has gone up a little bit, but it's not anything crazy. Like, you know, I consider 30 days on market to be kind of my benchmark for transitioning into a buyer's market instead of a seller's market. And you know, the average house I put on the market is selling right now in about 12 days. I mean, it's not anywhere crazy. Like earlier this year, the past couple years, I put a house on the market, I get over asking price for it in 3 days, and then that's it. So it takes a little more work and a little bit more patience, but I'm still getting pretty close to asking price, if not full price, for my listings, and I'm getting them sold in under 2 weeks. I mean, it's still a successful outcome for my home sellers, but now they have the added bonus of, you know, once they get their house under contract, they actually have a place that they can buy. So, you know, before the past couple of years, we were trying to get a house under contract first and then list their house and sell it. Because, you know, people were obviously legitimately scared to sell their home and then not have a place to move to. So that's not really the case anymore, which is a great thing. But you know, it's just it's working out better all around for everybody, and I think that's kind of what's driving the level of business that we're doing right now, even though this is traditionally kind of the slower time of year for real estate. But enough about that. I don't want to just tell you what's going on. I'm going to show you. So let's look at some stats directly from the MLS, and you can see for yourself like exactly what the market's doing right now. All right, guys, so here we are. This is stats for the entire MLS. So this basically, it's essentially going to be Oakland, Macomb, and Wayne counties. There are a few other counties that are represented in here, but generally how it works, I'll just take a second to kind of explain. Anybody that's a member of RealComp, which is the MLS that I belong to, can post a property anywhere in Michigan on here. It's just that, you know, you won't see it unless you're also a member of RealComp. So, you know, I can put a house on the market in, you know, Marquette. It's just the only people that are going to be able to see it are people that are members of RealComp who are searching on the MLS for homes in Marquette, which is not very many. So, long story short, there's going to be some other properties in other parts of the state, but everything on here is going to be Michigan. This is the majority, probably 97% Oakland, Macomb, Wayne counties. So you can see since January of 2021, the average sale price has kind of fluctuated. Like I had mentioned, you know, this time of year is the slow time of year for real estate, so that's why we're seeing prices kind of dip down in the winter and kind of peak in the summer. So we peaked out in June, where the average sale price across the entire MLS was $308,294, and right now we're down to $276,411. So we're not seeing this massive, drastic dip in average sale price that a lot of other places around the country are seeing. So getting back to what I was talking about earlier, where prices in Phoenix had they're 20% off their high from the beginning of the year, and they're kind of and they're not slowing down. They're kind of in free fall out there. We're just seeing the normal cyclical disparity in terms of average sale price for the year. So if we go back and look at our previous low, which would have been January of this year, versus the high that we saw in June of 2021. So it was 282,910 in June of 2021. At the beginning of this year, the average sale price was 254,118. So that's a 10.2% swing. So I want to go back up to this year where we saw our peak of 308,294. And now currently, as of November, we don't have the December stats out yet, but as of November, we're at 276,411. That's a 10.4% swing. So we're not seeing anything that is out of the ordinary that we wouldn't normally see for this time of year. So let's take a look at a few other metrics that I look at that, the benchmarks that I look at to determine how I'm going to market homes and, what I'm going to talk to you guys about, things like that. So days on market is another big one. So you can see, again, cyclical, this is what we see every year. So what we were seeing back in January of 2021, our average days on market was 49. It's probably, July was when it bottomed out in 2021, and then we're down to 21 days on market. Going into this year, which was first half of this year was absolutely nuts, like I mentioned, and everybody experienced. But our average days on market was in February of this year was our high point so far. 37 days on market. We bottomed out at 20 in July, and now we're only up to 33. So, and that again, that's across the MLS as a whole. So we've got the market in the city of Detroit, for example, is we're not dealing with the same scarcity of inventory that we are everywhere else. So the average days on market in Detroit is going to be higher than it will be in Oakland or Macomb County. Right now we're about I think the average for Oakland County is like 19 days on the market. So that's kind of skewing that a little bit higher than what we would be seeing if we didn't have the city of Detroit included, because we do have quite a bit of inventory, and a lot of that inventory is fixer-upper type properties. But at any rate, we're not seeing any like crazy high spike in days on market. 33 days in the grand scheme of things isn't a whole lot when you consider the number of properties that are involved in this. All right, so let's check out like the number of homes for sale as well. So we can just see, we're not seeing anything crazy. We look in, number of homes peaked out in 2021 in September with 21,547. We saw the low point of 12,789 in February of this year. We got up to 22,142 in July, and now we're down to 20,114. So nothing, crazy. If we were in a free fall in our housing market, the days on market would be a straight line up, and it's not. It's just doing what it normally does. There's fewer people put their house on the market in the dead of winter than put it on in the summer. I could argue all day long that that's the wrong strategy, but people are going to do what they're going to do. So that's what we're seeing. Nothing crazy. Nothing that we wouldn't expect to see. Pending sale, same deal. That's kind of bottomed out. That's a lot lower than what we've seen previously. But I don't know, not that much lower really. I guess last December we were at 8101, and now we're at 7,044. So there's still across the MLS 7,000 homes that have already gone under contract just waiting to close, which is for this time of year. It's lower than we'd normally like to see, but it's not anything that's like catastrophically crazy. And then just a couple more here. Same deal, the number of closed sales. We're not, let's see where we're at, 7528 back in February. We're at 7874 right now. So we might hit that. We might even go under that. I don't know. But, it's not like, that's more of a function of inventory than it is of demand. So, inventory is what's keeping our housing market propped up. That's why we're not in the same boat as a Dallas or a Phoenix. It's because we just don't have enough properties on the market to cause a free fall or anything like that in the market. It's just not happening because there's still more buyers out there than there are houses to put them in. So that's still, it's moderating a little bit, but it's not as extreme as it was for the past couple of years, but it's still a fact. That's what we're dealing with right now. And then we're just going to look at one more stat here just to kind of illustrate, where the market still is, and that shows to pending. So we'll just do the average. And that's going to, what that means basically, this is for, people that are looking to sell their house. How many on average showings you can expect to have before you get an acceptable offer and put it under contract. So as we can see, it doesn't take much. We peaked out at, when was it, back in April of 2021 here. It took 24 and a half showings before a property went under contract and came off the market. And right now we're at 14.1. So, a good listing that's priced appropriately, marketed well, and it shows its absolute best could get 14 showings in 3 days, really, if it's that nice. Right now it's probably going to be a little bit more than that. We'd probably be at 7 to 10 days to get that 14 showings that on average will get you off the market. So, just wanted to show you guys what really is what we're dealing with right now with the real stats. There's nothing to doctor here. This is just what we're dealing with. And it's nothing that we wouldn't normally expect to see. The only thing that is a little bit out of the ordinary is just how busy we are in terms of, showing activity right now, which is more than we usually see. And I'm not complaining about that. So hope this helps, guys. So I really hope this was helpful, guys. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this. As always, if you have any questions, if there's something I missed or wasn't quite as clear as I should have been on, anything like that, just reach out to me anytime. You can call or text me directly at 586-491-5622. My other phone number is 248-561-6155. You can email me, dwerenka@m1realty.net. Facebook Messenger, smoke signal, carrier pigeon, whatever you need to do, I'm easy to get a hold of. And as always, I really, really appreciate it if you would like this video, subscribe to this channel, and most importantly, share this video with anybody that you think would benefit from it. That just keeps me in front of people just like you who want to know more about the Metro Detroit real estate market. And until next time, thanks so much for watching. Really enjoy making these videos for you guys. I really hope they're helpful, and I really, the more of these that I make, the more conversations I'm having with people who are curious about the market. And it's just an awesome thing. That's the whole reason why I'm doing this. So if you do have questions, please reach out. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have or guide you in the right direction. Anything that I can do to help you is kind of what I'm here for. So again, appreciate it, guys. Have a great week. We'll talk soon, and thanks for watching.